break in transmission. We were speaking about Libra, and we were speaking about the Pendragon card being the energy for Libra throughout the full moon cycle. So, as I was saying, that's an incredibly strong card, and one which you, regardless of whether you're male or female, feel this surge of very protective, strong energy moving up through your core. And so anything about you that has been vulnerable or not completely cared for, you will really be stepping up into your power and listening to that still quiet voice within you and taking on those concerns and doing everything you can to protect yourself. It's a really beautiful card. Now, moving on to Scorpios. Beautiful Scorps have a reversed card for this particular lunar cycle, and it is the card of the goddess Tiamat from the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. And Tiamat is an architect of the soul, also a builder of buildings. So there could be changes within your home throughout this lunar cycle, but I'm finding it more fascinating that your soul will be undergoing a kind of reconstruction, that your very self is undergoing a kind of reconstruction because it's in the reverse position. So there's a deconstruction, taking some things apart, and then a reconstruction of putting some things back together. It's not disaster, but it's a reconfiguration of your being, and a very powerful time for you, because as a Scorpio, and as this full moon is in Scorpio, everything is going to be really heightened for you and more powerful than ever. This is the kind of lunar cycle where you will look back as an older person and really feel that this was a turning point for you, an amazing time. I hope you have a lot of support and a lot of love around you, and a lot of people holding the space for you while you undergo this amazing shift. Now, we also have coming up for Sagittarius another reversed card, which is Tristan, and it's about having courage. So for Sagittarius this month, now Sagittarians are usually very, very courageous anyway, but they're courageous in particular ways. Throughout this lunar cycle, you're being asked to be courageous in a new way, and it's about taking on, given the influence of the full moon in Scorpio, taking on new ideas, new concepts, new ways of seeing the world, and dropping some stubbornness and being prepared to move through and embrace a different way of looking at the world and experiencing the world. It's also a time where you may find yourself really resisting that, really feeling very uncomfortable with some things. It's important to ask where the discomfort comes from, because sometimes discomfort comes because it truthfully is not right for our soul, but sometimes discomfort comes because it is uncomfortable for our taught reality. We are discombobulated in a divine kind of way because we are being challenged to reshape our minds and reshape our experience. This is what is taking place for you, beautiful Archer, throughout this time. I know you can do it. I know you will leap and open that door. Now, moving through to Caps. Beautiful Capricorns. I say everyone's beautiful, but I really do mean it. All of the signs have such sublime qualities. Now, the card that you have is Melusine, and Melusine is in reverse. And what this means is there has been a time when you have hidden quite a lot of yourself and who you are. It is exceptionally important, Cap, for you to begin to show people all of who you are, to not feel ashamed of what you have been taught to be ashamed of. Now, I am not talking about obvious aspects of life where we do need to check ourselves or feel remorse and make amends. I am talking about aspects of ourselves that are good and natural to us and harm none, but are perceived by the greater world or the mainstream thought processes around us. They're almost like fields, those thought fields around us, to be unusual or wrong. there is something you've hidden, and you've hidden a substantial part of yourself. This lunar cycle is about coming into who you truly are and expressing who you are, and it's beautiful. Okay, moving now to Aquarius. And Aquarius, I pulled this beautiful card for you, Andel, Emotional Flow, card number 24 in the Oracle of the Dragon Fade. Now, quite often Aquarians are very intellectual. They may be air signs, but they're perhaps so creative and so fun that we sometimes forget that they're air signs and that they have this immense intellectual capacity to process the world. So very philosophical, very big picture. It's time to get small and personal and really open up from your heart throughout this coming time. It's time to allow yourself to feel. You've intellectualized and compartmentalized many aspects of yourself, and that has been your way of dealing with difficult times, some loss, and even some loneliness. Throughout this lunar cycle, you are going to be expressing your emotions. You are going to be letting people know that you love them. You are going to be opening up from the heart, and you will be shedding some tears. It's really, really beautiful though, because what takes place is an immense healing because of this. It is profound for you, this lunar cycle. And it is almost a kind of revelation. It's like taking yourself to a healing pool and bathing within those waters that will soothe you, and you need to release the waters that are within you. You need to cry, and you need to show people how emotional you are, how open you are. Now finally, for our beautiful Pisceans, beautiful, for our beautiful Pisceans, we have the card known as Tristan. This is a card where it says, look beneath the surface, Pisces. Look beneath the surface. Not only the surface of others. This is not just about looking out, because remember it's the full moon in Scorpio energy, so it's about your inner world. This is about looking beneath your surface, seeing where you have almost tricked yourself into behaving in certain ways, believing certain things. There are patterns of thought and belief that will deserve to be challenged throughout this time. There's also a little touch of possession and jealousy throughout this time. It's worth contemplating what these bring to your life, why they're in your life. It's almost the opposite to Aquarius. You are very feeling oriented. This time you need to be a little more intellectual about the process. You need to contemplate why you would have certain defense mechanisms in place, and you need to challenge yourself on those levels. You also need to become much more open yourself. You're quite mysterious and a little secretive sometimes. That's not a problem. You are mysterious to yourself. But throughout this time, I would love you to let just one or two very trusted people into your story, into your world. And you will find that your relationships just become so rewarding and so lustrous and so enriching for everyone concerned because of that openness. So I wish you all in the north the most blessed of Beltanes, with the heat and the fire and the expansion and the seed bursting into flower. And I wish all of you in the south a beautiful descent to the underworlds within us, for that wisdom to be grown and nurtured throughout this coming time. And of course, to all of us, wherever we might be on this beautiful green and blue planet, I wish you the most wonderful full moon in Scorpio and forthcoming lunar cycle. Moon blessings to all my friends, and blessed be.